But hey, that's the Most High, man. We don't ask questions. We just do our job.
Right.
You know. So let's keep on with the lesson. Did we finish? We finished that in Romans.
Yeah.
Let's jump down to let's go to Genesis, right?
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it.
Right. So, this just, as I was thinking of this and then reading it, it just made me think, as I'm reading it, I'm just picturing this serpent. He's got a three-piece suit on, right? His hair slicked back. He got a nice gold chain with a big-ass cross on it. He's got a Bible in his hand, and he's talking to an Israelite who knows what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
But he still managed to trick you out of your own knowledge and get you going off.
Wow.
Ain't that how it goes down?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, my own family member, right? Before I even knew I was an Israelite, was like we're out somewhere and they were, ordering food and wondering why they're not getting bacon or shrimp, whatever. They said, no, I don't eat shellfish or pork. That's strange. Okay. Didn't really explain it. But now I'm an Israelite and I understand what was going on now. But guess what? The devil has done tricked that family member into believing that, those laws weren't for you. You don't have to do that.
Wow.
Eat whatever you want. And now, now I understand it.
Right.
But, it's just like the serpent and Eve.
Wow.
So let's read on.
But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
That's it. Tricked with a gold chain and a smile, tricked you out of what you knew was right. And now not only are you doing it, you're teaching other people that's fine. Oh, no. I used to think that too. But no, that wasn't for us. That's for the Israelites. Well, you are an Israelite.
Right.
But ultimately, if you believe in God, the God of the Bible, you believe in Jesus, right? That's Jesus. So you believe in the Messiah, but somehow there's a disconnect where you're not doing what they said to do and what they did. It's kind of bewildering, but that just lets you know it's spiritual, right? This ain't for everybody. Right. And that's why, like I was saying, even though we love to see all the Israelites doing the right thing, it ain't going to happen because, that's the way the Most High got it set up. Really, that's all. That's all you need to know. And a lot of people get caught up trying to understand and justify everything that all the Most High's commands. You just need to do them. Quit putting all your energy in trying to justify everything and just do it. Right. The Bible's been proven to be true. It collabs and correlates beautifully with history and archaeology, right? But for some reason, you still let some dude that went to theology school, who he's not really been learning how to break down the Bible. He's just been learning how to create a prosperous church, right? And by prosperous, we're not talking about souls saved. We're talking about tithes and offerings that's brought in, right? We need to leave that alone. Going to Sunday morning Christianity church has not helped the Israelites since we was in slavery, right? Where then it was just a safe haven, for you to be able to get away from the so-called white man for a little while and him not, lording over you as much, right? But he still snuck in there with his puppets and convinced it. some of the Israelites that they're not Israelites and that they don't have to follow the law. They don't have to keep the commandments. They don't have to have the faith. You know, it's kind of sad, but hey, you can't get emotional. You just gotta stay steadfast and stay focused, right? Because it's a lot of distractions out here, but that's why you need to be with an Israelite congregation of brothers that's reading, studying, teaching, right, and believing. Okay. So, all right. So let's read on.
This is
Jumping down to 8, right?
Yeah, Genesis chapter 3, verse 8. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden.
Right. See, something had changed all of a sudden, right? What happened is they were beguiled by the devil, right? By the serpent, by that slick talker. The one you're familiar with him. You see him all the time, right? I mean, the serpent wasn't. I don't think Eve wasn't surprised when she seen the serpent. She saw him all the time, but this time she let him get to her. All right, read on.
And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked?
See that? So, that's why following others over following the Most High is going to get you in hot water every time, man. When you're doing wrong, that's when you feel shame on you. That's when you feel like you need to hide, right? So don't do that, right? Follow the rules. Follow the commands. And then you can move with strength and power, right? And confidence. Because the Most High has created this system and this program that nobody can beat, right? It can't be outdone. It can't be overthrown. And so you just need to go along with it, right? If something's been working, don't come in and start trying to change stuff, right? That's going to be a problem, right? If things are effective, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, you just need to roll with it, right? And it's going to be more beneficial to you and everybody because we're going to keep progressing, right? We're not stopping, slowing down, changing course, redirecting, let's take the shortcut. There ain't no shortcuts, right? There ain't no such thing as a shortcut. So keep your head down and, like I said, nose to the grindstone and do this work. Make these lessons. Read these verses. You can't read them enough, right? Once you feel like you know everything in the so-called Old Testament, well, read it again, right? Because this book is alive. It's gonna tap you on the shoulder and it's gonna wake you up about some kind of new understanding, well, not new understanding, but a deeper understanding, right? Because there ain't no new understandings. Well, if you feel like you got a new understanding, most likely you going off.
Right.
And that's what's wrong with a lot of these congregation of Israelites falling by the wayside. They want to find something new. They want to bring something new to the table. You can't bring anything new. It's been here for thousands of years, right? So you just need to get with it and keep it pushing, right? And you'll be a lot calm. You'll be a lot less stressed that way. All right. So where are we at?
Going to finish that.
Come. So people say that they love the Lord. How come they don't follow the Bible? Let's get John 14 and 15.
This is John chapter 14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
It doesn't get any simpler. That is a simple equation right there. Loving the Most High and keeping His commandments, those things go hand in hand, right? So you can't say you love the Most High or love the Lord and you're not keeping his commandments.